Just wanted to do a quick check-in to see how you were feeling after that very intense eclipse full moon last night. It was beautiful, actually. I saw the full moon and it was really, really bright. It looked huge. It was very, very close. And just, I don't know, like I felt like it was brighter than usual. So I spent a little time looking at it. I did not see the eclipse myself. I don't know. I don't think it was visible here or in our line of sight here in Ontario, Canada, but I know it was definitely visible in Europe, Asia, in Africa, I believe, or certain parts of Africa. And apparently I heard someone say that maybe it was visible in Toronto. I'm not sure. I didn't see it. I wasn't up by that point whenever the eclipse did occur. I believe it was around 12:30 p.m. But a little check-in here energetically just to see, how you guys were handling this. How is it feeling for you? How are you feeling? How are you feeling is the question, because this lunar eclipse, I feel like, brought so much to the surface, and there's this big kind of duality with it. Of course, it's Pisces. Of course, there's duality with it. So it was bringing up a lot of this, like just feelings of doubt, worry, anger, possibly. Actually, I know I was feeling some anger. A lot of I don't even want to call them lower vibrational feelings. I just want to call them contrast feelings. So a lot of that was coming up for sure. I felt it. Even my daughter was a bit edgy last night. I could tell. So there was definitely this inner upheaval, this turmoil type of energy that I was feeling, while simultaneously there was also this very strong, very powerful energy of knowing. So there was these two polarities that were just kind of bouncing back and forth. And although the energy felt okay for the most part, like leading up to the eclipse, I felt it really, really intensify in the evening. So once the evening rolled around and nighttime rolled around, I could really feel the energy of it intensifying internally within myself. This morning too, there was definitely a lot of intensity, just a lot of different, even emotionality. I had a good cry this morning. There was a lot of different things coming up that I was feeling, and I could feel myself like just really wanting to surrender and needing to surrender and just allowing, like really allowing whatever I was feeling in the moment. I'm reading this really awesome book right now called Radical Acceptance. And in that book, last night, I just kind of opened it randomly at one of the parts instead of following page by page. And I just kind of randomly opened it. And in the place where I opened it, that's exactly what it was talking about. And I'm like, Spirit is just so beautiful. I'm almost emotional just talking about this, because Spirit is always giving us, it is always showing us exactly what we need in the exact right moment. And these lines that I was reading in this book last night specifically connected to having radical acceptance for those what we deem negative emotions. So having radical acceptance for the emotions that we really struggle with, the emotions that we have a difficult time accepting within ourselves, the uncomfortable ones, the ones that we want to avoid, the ones that we want to run from, the ones that we want to numb out from, those emotions. And how once you actually give yourself this radical acceptance, and once you actually allow yourself to feel them without judgment, without trying to push them away, without trying to disown them, but just allowing them, then that is where the healing can actually begin. And that's what this particular chapter that I opened the book to was talking about. And I just thought that was so perfect and so beautiful for me to be reading that. Especially under this total lunar eclipse, like this Pisces full moon, because that is something that I personally have struggled with a lot in my life. It is something that I had really intense difficulty. Like I always found myself, and now I'm thinking back that this is probably because I had to grow up so quickly and because I had to be independent so quickly. Like I just had a tendency to really push those feelings away within myself and really sort of suppress them and not face them, not look at them, and this is something that was very, very common for me to do in my past, like in my teenage years, in my 20s, in my 30s, this was something that I constantly did. And I feel like now that I'm in my 40s, that this is something that I'm finally coming into full acceptance of. It's like I finally am giving myself permission just to feel those uncomfortable feelings without suppressing, without ignoring, without distracting myself, and just letting them rise and letting them have space, allowing them to coexist, within me without me labeling it as wrong or like not allowed or something that I want to avoid because it's uncomfortable. So this full moon, like I said, is bringing up this duality within you, and anything that is coming up right now, I feel like is definitely coming up for release. It's like the universe wants you to finally wants you to finally let yourself feel these things and allow them to flow, allow like the tears to flow, whatever it is. Tears are truly the physical manifestations of those emotions that you buried very deep within yourself. And when you let that out, when you give yourself permission to feel those feelings, it really changes the game. It changes the game in terms of how you manifest, how you are creating your life, what you are creating in your life. So it really takes you to a whole nother level of being. It's like you become a very different embodied version of your higher self. And I'm noticing it's getting really, really dark because it's sunset here while I'm filming. So let me just go turn some lights on. I'll be right back. There we go. So that's one thing. And ironically enough, there was this very, very, very strong sense of purging, of release that was coming up for me in the first half of today. And thankfully, actually, my sister and my mom came by for a visit, and I'm so glad they did, because I ended up actually, it was the sense of like release became such an urgent feeling, or it became just such a like, I'm ready for this and I'm ready like right freaking now. I don't want to wait for anything. I just want this to happen right now. And I actually asked my sister without even booking an appointment or anything like that. I just asked my sister to cut my hair. It was like I had I had my shower, I washed my hair, and after that I was just like, you know what? This needs to go now, right now. I'm not waiting to get in to see my stylist. I'm not waiting, to try and get in because I already called and I would have had to wait for a bit. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm ready for this right now. I don't want to wait. And if you have been around this channel long enough or for a while, or even just have seen one of my most recent videos, maybe you know that my hair was down to my butt. It was down to the very bottom of my waist. Basically it was brushing my butt. And and here, let me just show you. Here we go. So yeah. So courtesy of my sister, which I told her she should be a hairstylist because she even gave me layers. Courtesy of my sister, I now don a brand new haircut all of a sudden from one moment to the next. And it was like, I can't even tell you, like the relief that I felt, the release that I felt. It was like cutting off a part of myself that was like worn out, or not even worn out, but something that I've outgrown. That would be like the better term to use. So I think you might find yourself doing sort of very symbolic things right now under this week's energy, under this lunar eclipse energy. And as we move forward in September, actually, okay, let me not get ahead of myself. I was just going to mention that tomorrow we have the 999 portal. My God. Okay. So I think that's where this energy is coming from. There's just this finality that I can feel so intensely that is taking place right now. And even like me cutting my hair, like just so abruptly, like deciding on a dime, I literally went to the bathroom, brought out a pair of scissors and told my sister, I'm like, here, cut it now. Like right now. I want this off. I want this gone. I'm not waiting for the hairdresser. I'm not waiting to book an appointment. Like I just need it gone. It was like literally like this much that she cut off, like about a foot of hair. So the lightness, the release, the energy. I can even see like my hair tips glowing right now. It's like this light, like little light beams at the tips of my, what's that? Hang on, what's that lighting called? The fiber optics. Yes. So it's like a fiber optic type of situation. That's how I'm seeing like my hair right now, like through my spiritual eyes, like that there is this renewal, this release of a light, this release of energy because of me cutting my hair today. And the hair actually is a very, very spiritual tool. Actually, in many sacred texts and stuff, they talk about hair and the importance of hair, and how it really is a spiritual, it's a continuation of your nervous system, basically. The hair is a continuation of the nervous system. So when you cut your hair, it's like you are clearing parts of your nervous system. You are clearing things out of your system, of your nervous system specifically, that have been stagnant, that have been sitting in there or buried in there for like a long period of time. And that's why so many women in particular, because women usually have longer hair, men too, of course, but that's why women in particular feel so refreshed after, getting a haircut, especially if it's like a big change in terms of how it looks, like when you're going from like really long hair to short hair, or like shorter hair. Even for me, I mean, my hair's still long, but it's a foot shorter than it was. So use this energy, feel into this energy, trust your intuition during this week specifically to see where you're being called, where you're being guided. And I'm seeing like rapid action. There's going to be things that you're going to just feel like, okay, now, like right now, I need to do this right now. Just the way I felt that with my hair in that moment, that I was just like ready, and I was ready, like so ready. And I just brought the scissors and handed them to her and said, do it. Like, I'm ready for this, because I have been ready for this. And whatever it is that you're going to take action on at this time, Spirit is showing me that it's something that you have been building momentum towards, is something that you have been building readiness towards for a long period of time. And this could have been taking, that long period of time could be years, could be months, could be weeks, whatever it is. It doesn't matter actually how long, but it's a process. Like, you have been building this readiness for a long period of time, and now you are ready. And Spirit is saying, like, I'm hearing like, act without delay. So don't hesitate, don't second guess, because remember, I was talking about the doubt energy that is very high, very strong right now with certain placements that we have energetically going on with this full moon and with this lunar eclipse. So it's like the doubt is heavy because there is this massive, massive element of the unknown. But to trust the process, trust your feelings, trust your intuition. Whatever feels like a yes needs to be like a hell yes. And whatever feels like a no needs to be an absolutely not, right? And so there's this duality. I'm seeing this oscillation between this knowing and doubt. And all it's going to come down to right now is your choice of what you're going to do. The other thing I quickly want to mention is that this eclipse is closing out a lot of loose ends, tying up loose ends, closing up fissures. It's closing up any cracks, anything that has been open, anything that I'm seeing energetically as an energy leak. So any cracks, any cracks in your life, any cracks in your relationships, any cracks in the way that you take care of yourself, anything that has been leaking your energy is now being closed, or is closing up under this eclipse energy. Because remember, the eclipse is about eclipsing things out of our lives, meaning that it is definitely going to be closing cycles. It's going to be tying up those loose ends in your life. So whether this is with relationships, whether this is work related, health regime related, or routine related, whatever it is for you, and you are going to know exactly what this relates to, because you know where the fissures are in your life. You already know where you leak energy and what you leak energy to. And so those cracks, like I said, are being filled. They're being closed up right now because Spirit is saying that you can't take that stuff forward with you. And it's like you can't move forward. You can't have a timeline jump. You can't quantum leap if you are stuck in this energy where you're leaking out energy constantly to all kinds of different things. Maybe the relationship that's not fulfilling, or maybe that guy that just always strings you along but never actually commits, right? Or maybe the girlfriend or like the friend or whoever that's like always just kind of half-ass showing up for you. Like whatever it is, it's an energy leak of some type. So see if you can identify that within your own life and just kind of check in with yourself and see, okay, where am I leaking energy? And once you know that for a fact, and once you understand where you're leaking energy and you have conscious awareness of it, then you can say to Spirit, okay, this is something I'm done with. Oh, and by the way, I totally did the ritual. Actually, my daughter did one too. So we did the little fire burning ritual yesterday, and it was awesome. We cleared out a whole bunch of, let's just say, different things in our lives that we are now ready to end, that we are now ready to completely close chapters with, and this could be all kinds of things. But for us, it was very specific for me individually and for her. And so we had our little list. We both wrote our little lists and then we read them out loud under the full moon energy. We were outside in the dark in the backyard. So under the full moon energy, actually, it wasn't dark because the full moon was so bright. But once we did our little burn, then I just sort of spread the ashes in the grass. And it was beautiful. And it was actually so awesome because we both felt the shift immediately. Like I felt lighter and she felt lighter too. Like she told me afterwards, she's like, Mommy, I feel lighter. I'm like, yeah, me too. So it felt good. That is still valid, by the way. Yes, of course, last night was the best time to do it, but we are definitely still under that energy. Every single day this week, we are still very heavily under eclipse energy. Today, of course, would be preferable, but any day this week that you can do that, okay? Write your list, burn it, and read that list out loud. I now release ... And then I had all the different things that I was now releasing that I was ready with letting go. And just see how light you feel afterwards. See how much less burdened you feel, or like the release, like it's like, I literally felt like something left. Like I just felt like something left my energy and just released out of my energy field, literally, from me doing that. And I had a very good sleep, but I had very interesting dreams. Actually, I had a dream. I had a personal trainer I was working with. That was pretty cool because I would love to get a personal trainer to work with. But yeah, so do that ritual. And then the last thing I want to quickly touch on is the 999 portal. My God. So tomorrow we have a very, very special, well, tomorrow, I mean, it's probably maybe tomorrow now, but anyway, the 999 portal that is happening on September the 9th is a 999 portal because we are in a 9 universal year. And then it's September the 9th month, of course, and the 9th day. Oh, I can't even tell you, like, release. This is so much release energy. This is so much completion energy. There is just so much here with this. And again, this 999 energy actually ties into what I was talking about with these like fissures, with these energy leaks that we have to different things. And these, and by energy leak, I'm actually, because Spirit is saying, touch on this. This could be an addiction that you're giving your power to. So that would be draining your energy. This could be mindsets or negative ways of thinking that could definitely be, not definitely, that is leaking energy, right? Because when we are in very heavy self-doubt energy, or when we are constantly trapped in our minds or overthinking, that's a huge one for a lot of people, even a lot of clients that I speak to. That energy really keeps you stuck, right? And it's constantly draining you, constantly leaking. You're constantly leaking your energy and wasting it actually to overthinking. So there are multiple ways in which we are draining energy to a lot of different things. This could be like an addiction to an unhealthy food or sweets or something that ends up kind of making you feel tired after you consume. There are so many things when you really think about it that make you feel depleted afterwards rather than filled up or energized. So pay attention to anything in your life that makes you feel depleted afterwards. Like I said, this could be substance, alcohol. This could be a relationship, a conversation you have with a friend, a conversation you have with an acquaintance or a neighbor, anything and anyone that is pulling on your energy or that you are leaking energy to, that you feel tired afterwards, or even, like I said, negative mindsets. This is like internal stuff. Those are the things that this 999 portal wants you to be aware of and wants you to release it. It is saying 9, the finality times 3. Okay, finality times 3. Can you release this? Can you finally become aware enough? And can you become disciplined enough? Can you become strong enough? Can you become courageous enough to finally release those things? So there is, oh my God, September, I'm telling you, September is going to be a very powerfully transformative month for all of us in one form or another, in one way or another, especially if you are conscious. And if you're watching, and if you're still watching, then you are conscious. So thank you for being here. You know, there is something big that is going to be really changing in your life. And I've been feeling something huge coming. I've been feeling something really big coming into my life personally, but I've been also really feeling it in the collective. Like the collective is calling in massive, massive changes. And Spirit is showing me that these are internal changes that are actually taking place whoa, the energy that I just felt through my body as I said internal changes, it literally like sort of shot up. So there's these internal, I feel like probably chakra cleansing, recalibration. Yes. Full body chills. Thank you, Spirit. There is this internal recalibration, clearing out, making space, realignment of chakras, realignment of energy. I'm being shown the chakras right now and how they spin, the direction they spin. So whether they're spinning forward or backwards, so clockwise or counterclockwise, whether they are spinning fast or slow, like it's like everything is being recalibrated. Everything right now under this energy is being completely transmuted, I'm hearing, and released, realigned. And anything that you can do, because now I'm seeing a salt bath, anything that you can do to support this process and to support this process consciously is going to be such a win for you. You're going to support yourself so much more than you even realize. Sometimes people don't realize how powerful a salt bath is. Just to sit in a salt bath and release and allow yourself to completely let go of and like wash away energies, you know, because water is very cleansing, especially under a Pisces full moon. My God, this is definitely a wonderful time to use water to your advantage to flush away, flush out toxins, clear out energies that you have no use for anymore. I'm also seeing, because I'm hearing salt is healing. So remember those cracks and those fissures, those energy leaks I was talking about before? So Spirit is showing me how a salt bath is actually going to close those fissures, because what does salt do to wounds? It pulls, it tightens them, it pulls them shut, right? So salt is actually going to pull these energetic fissures or cracks or leaks, energy leaks within your body, within your energy bodies. It's going to pull them tight, close them up. Wow, I've actually never seen it like that before. That's really, really cool. Because I always knew salt baths were cleansing, but I've never seen them like closing fissures like that and closing energy leaks. That's pretty wild. That's very cool. So I definitely recommend doing salt baths. I'm actually going to do one myself. I was craving one. Like I wanted to get in a bath this morning so badly, but I'm going to get one in tonight. So yeah, sitting in some salt water is going to be very powerful. I'm also seeing drinking water, so hydrating more than usual is going to be very powerful. Again, to flush internal toxins, but to also flush external toxins, energetic toxins. I'm hearing fasting. So taking some time, actually, especially now that we're under a moon that is beginning to wane, because waning moon is always the time to start any kind of a detox or any type of a cleansing or purging of toxins. The moon supports that detoxification process more when it's in a waning phase versus a waxing phase. So fasting right now, detoxification for sure. Juicing, I'm seeing beet juice, carrot juice, lemon water, lymphatics, I'm hearing, like cleaning out your lymphatic system. Support the body, because the body is going to need really, really big support for this massive energetic recalibration that we're all moving through right now. And I was getting something about the DNA last night, and I was being shown how the body needs to be cleansed in order for the DNA to upgrade in an easier way. So there are different things that we need to do right now in terms of our diet, in terms of what we're consuming, right? It's like really reduce your toxic load as much as possible. Again, anything that is leaking your energy has to go, right, at this time. So doing these kind of things is going to be highly, highly supportive. There's new downloads, new information. There's like new energy that is being like routed or being, how am I seeing this? Like I'm seeing it as a spiral coming into the body. That's how I'm seeing it. But there's this new energy that is coming in and taking hold, and the body, when it's in a less toxic state, has a higher capacity to hold these frequencies. It has a higher capacity to, I'm seeing, okay, has a higher capacity to allow these energies to like move through the cellular pathways. Because when the cells are very weak and they're not vibrating at the frequency or at the rate that they would be vibrating at if they were fully healthy, they can't take, their electrical charge is weakened. And because the energy that is coming in is magnetic, the electrical charge of the body and what the capacity is of the body to hold that electrical charge is going to determine how much these light codes, these magnetic energies, can interact with your body and how much they can be integrated into the body. Wow, that was like a crazy visual. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So definitely cleansing, definitely purging, definitely releasing diets. For me, the huge loud message that my body has been giving me is to like completely go probably keto. I think I'm going to do a keto diet. That's what I'm sort of leaning towards actually, intuitively. So cutting out carbs, cutting out dairy for sure, maybe except for butter. I'm going to keep butter in my diet for sure. But cutting out like the milk proteins, because I can feel how my body doesn't agree with that. Definitely sugar, just a lot of different things that I feel tired after I consume it. So that's kind of what's coming through right now. That's what I'm just really opening myself up here to see whatever wanted to come through under this very powerful full moon energy that we're currently still under. So stay high vibrational and move yourself towards higher and higher vibration through daily action. And I'm hearing Spirit is saying like it's okay. Like you don't have to do everything all at once. Like don't overwhelm yourself. That's not what this message is about. What I'm really saying to you is, can you just notice where you are leaking energy, what fissures, what cracks, what energy leaks you need to close in your life now, and what can you replace those things with? And just taking it day by day, I'm hearing, like really allowing yourself to go with the flow, go with your intuition, because there is this balancing that is needed at this time. So when we are under these very intense energies, like I was frazzled this morning, frazzled. My whole body was literally buzzing. My hands were buzzing. My entire body was buzzing. Like I felt so much that I needed to ground myself, and grounding yourself at this time is going to be really, really powerful, so that these very intense energies and these recalibrations that our physical bodies are moving through can handle it, right? And it'll pull you out of your head too. Like I was so in my head and the doubt was loud and it was screaming, it was obnoxious, it was annoying. So I know for a fact from personal experience that I needed to ground. And once I settled myself, once I grounded, once I anchored my energy, it completely changed the game. I felt completely different afterwards. So I recommend that you do that. Ground yourself, salt baths, be gentle with yourself. Be very, very gentle with yourself. Have tremendous compassion for yourself at this time because you're moving through huge changes. And many of these changes are changes that you have never experienced before. You're closing out chapters. You're closing out energy leaks. You're closing out relationships and jobs and mindsets and identities and all kinds of things that you have never closed out before. This is a big deal, and it's going to require your patience. It's going to require your compassion and your kindness. And it is also going to require your awareness. In every given moment, if you're feeling more tired than usual right now, then rest. Then give yourself the grace, give yourself the time to have a nap, to have a rest, and remind yourself, okay, I'm upgrading right now. Yes, that's, of course I'm going to feel more tired than usual. Or maybe I'm doing a massive purge or a massive clearing out, so yeah, of course I'm going to feel more tired after that. Even after a good cry, how many times have you experienced it? You have a big cry and then you're just pooped after, like totally wiped. And that's why you're wiped, because you're releasing such massive amounts of energy, such stagnant, low vibrational, heavy density type of energy that your body is just going to be like, ugh, when it's done, right? Like your body's going to feel it and your body's going to feel tired, and that's not the case for everyone. Some people feel really wired under a full moon. So either way, whether you're feeling wired or tired, regardless, if you're wired, ground. If you're tired, rest. That's it. Take some salt baths, cleanse your energy, burn incense, light candles every day, invite spirit into your home, into your mind, into your heart every single day. Invite light and cleansing energy through lighting sage or burning little incense sticks or whatever. Like, there are small little intentional things that you can do to calm your nervous system during such huge transitions and under such powerful energies and under such big energetic shifts. So do whatever you can to calm, to soothe, to level yourself out, to ground yourself, and take the actions that feel best and most aligned. Take the actions that you feel are really pulling on you at this time to take, and the actions that are really, really going to get you ahead. The ones that you know for a fact are going to make a difference in your life in a positive direction. Even if those actions are difficult. And to be honest with you, let me rephrase that. The best action that you can take are the actions that you are finding the most difficult. And in doing so, you are going to elevate your confidence. You are going to nurture and grow your confidence, because it is only through doing hard things that we become our most confident selves. So I want to leave you with that. This was kind of a longer channeling, but I was just flowing with it, trusting it. And I also trust that this message is going to find exactly the people that it is meant for. And I wish you all kinds of beautiful love and hugs. And I'm sending you hugs and I'm sending you my support under this full moon energy, because I know that we all need it. And I'm sending you big, big hugs, virtual hugs. If I could hold you right now, I would, to let you know that you are well on your way to a good life, that you are absolutely moving in the right direction, even if it feels chaotic right now, and especially if it feels chaotic right now. Everything is working out for you. Everything is truly working out for you. And that's all you need to know. Don't worry about the unknown. Just trust your intuition, trust that inner gut, and whatever it is saying to you right now, follow through on that guidance, on those nudges. Because it is going to lead you somewhere that you never, ever even thought was possible for you. So I'm sending you all my love. Thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this video. If you would like to support my channel, please hit a like on your way out. You can also subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to work with me, I do intuitive coaching and I channel messages for people, as well as tap in psychically to past loved ones. There's all kinds of different, I do mediumship, so there's all kinds of different things I do. Psychic, got ringing in the ear on that one. Maybe somebody needed to hear that, but if you are looking to connect with someone energetically, whether they are alive or living, that is something that I can do as well. So look for the link in the description box. You will find it there. My Aligned Living newsletter is also down there that you can join for free. It's a beautiful community of lovely souls. So that is it. I will see you very, very soon in the next video. Take care.